Hey, hi all. In today's session, we are going to discuss about garbage collection in .NET. So this garbage collection or garbage collector is available in common language runtime under .NET framework. So CLR component, CLR, umbrella is going to have different sections like, garbage collector, CLI, and JIT compilers. And at CLI again, you have a CTS, CLS, and metadata. So when it comes to garbage collector, right, this is the part of CLR which will take care of automatic memory management. So if you look at any application, memory management is the big concern for any application development, whether application is Windows, web, or any mobile. So in .NET, CLR has garbage collector that executes as part of our program and responsible for reclaiming the memory of no longer used objects. Suppose if I have a program like if you look at the Book My Show website or any website if you want to open it, very initially it creates user object where you have username and password. Once you provide the proper credentials, it will validate user details and then go back to the or navigate to the SPI or MDI page. That means in this case, it is going to create user object and then validate. Okay. Similarly, a lot more objects are going to be created when you interacting to any website. So how these objects are managing in the memory and how these are now allocating and deallocating automatically by .NET CLR. So if you look at earlier programs, we don't have any garbage collectors, C++, where we have to, as a coder or developer, we need to make nothing or null so that the objects are going to be cleaned from the memory. But when it comes to .NET framework, it has automatic memory management concept called garbage collector. Okay. So memory management is the main concern, right? For any application. That is Windows, web, or mobile, etc. Correct? So in .NET, CLR has a GC garbage collector, right? That executes as part of our program and responsible, right? And responsible for reclaiming, right, of no longer used objects. Okay. So garbage collector frees that no longer used objects and make memory as free for new objects. So GC free the memory for objects. GC free the memory, memory, right, for objects that are no longer in use, no longer used or referenced. Okay, and keeps the memory for future allocations. So this is what the job of GC inside of .NET. Okay, so that means it will look at the unused objects and it will remove that and make memory free for future object allocations. Okay, and if you look at the advantages of this GC, right? The first advantage is, right, allow us to develop an application, right, without having worry to free memory. So as a developer, I'm not worrying on how to free and how the objects are going to clean because it will take care of by .NET CLR. Hence, I'll only concentrating on my business stuff or business logic or development part. Okay. Second thing is memory for allocates memory for objects very efficiently because it is continuously monitoring objects, right, on the managed heap. Hence, it is very easy to allocate memory for newly creating objects. Next one is reclaims the memory for no longer used objects and keeps the memory free. Okay. And fourth one is provides memory safety, right? By making sure that an object cannot use the content of, right, another object. So these five are the advantages with garbage collection. Okay. So in the garbage collector, we have three generations. Okay. GC will manage objects in three generations. They are Gen 0, Gen 1, Gen 2. So what is this Gen 0? Okay. When I talk about Gen 0, okay, it is something which is going to, generate, right, a list of live object or lived object. That means Gen 0 is the youngest generation and contains a newly created object. This is the youngest generation, right? Youngest generation and contains the newly created object. The newly created objects. So generation 0 has short live, short live objects, short live objects, and collected frequently, and collected frequently. The objects that survive generation 0 are going to promote to generations 1. Coming to generation 1, right? This generation contains the longer live object, the longer lived objects that are promoted from Gen 0. Okay. And coming to this Gen 2, this generation contains longest lived objects. This generation contains the longest lived objects that are promoted from Gen 1. Okay. So if you look at the diagram, this is something I'm going to explain more on these generations. This is my memory, okay, wherein I'm just having objects like object 1, object 2, object 3, object 4, like that. Object 10 objects have been created. So newly created objects are here 10, 9, 8, something like that. These are become Gen 0 because these are new youngest objects. And after that, these are longer objects and these are longest objects. Okay. So every object is having its own address like 10010, 3020, 110, like that. So the different color highlighted objects are not frequently using. Hence the GC will, remove these objects. Okay. So I'll tell you like how these are going to happen it. Let me open this PPT and showcase how these things are uh, happening it as part of this. Okay. So if you look at this, this is what existing one. Okay. And now these objects are not frequently using object 3, 6, 8. Then it is going to compacting or relocating, right, the objects after removing unused objects. If you look at here now, these are the latest. There is no 8, there is no 6, there is no 3. So those will get removed by GC and then it will compacting the existing objects to single object. Now this is what the original objects And after relocating or reclaiming the memory, these things will get changed like this way. Okay, this is how it is going to, manage the memory for objects. Okay, so it will automatically monitor the objects and it will mark the object, and then it will relocate the object, and then it will compact the object. Okay, so coming back to this, whatever we are discussing here. Okay, so when it comes to this particular scenario, garbage collector, we have three phases. GC have three phases. They are, one is marking phase, relocating phase, and compacting phase. So marking phase means it will list out leaved objects, okay? And relocating means it will update the references to the right existing objects after removed. And this compacting phase means after updating references or after updating references or addresses to the existing objects, it will compact them to survive, right? Moving the object towards to latest or longest objects. So these three are the phases inside of GC, and based on these phases, right, the objects are going to be marked and removed. Okay, so I hope you understood what is GC and how it is going to create generations and how it is going to reclaim the memory, right, for future objects. Okay, thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.